Hi, it's me again. It's been a couple months. It's now August, and there's a lot of things that have gone on in the last couple months. And one of the things that I realized after taping or recording the first 5 snippets of this story is that, gosh, it's draining. It's draining telling 18 years of a story and remembering things or recording them and then later on in a few days remembering something that happened that you'd forgotten about. So it brings up a lot of, past stuff, memories, some good, some bad. So it took me some time to get back to this again, but I thought it was important to continue on with my story. So one of the things I did want to do is go back to some of the things that happened during the first few years of our marriage before we had our daughter. So this is when we were like living here in Atlanta, and newly married. One of the things that I remember is that it was pretty close to when we first got back to the US. So this would have been like, so we got married in January 2012. And then about a year later, so I think it was January of 2013, I went down to Jamaica to spend my first year anniversary with my husband, and for he to then come to stay with me or live with me in America, because he had, his visa and passport and everything was approved to come up here on a green card visa. So we had been here for a few months. He had gotten a job. We were kind of just rolling into married life. It was nice that finally, we were making some money and living somewhere where we could actually go on real dates. And so we were doing that some and, just having fun. Well, I remember there was one day that we were either getting ready to go to bed or we were getting ready to go somewhere. Either way, we were both in the same, we were in the master bedroom and the main bedroom. And then I think he had gone in to take a shower or something. And there was a bunch of text messages that kept coming up on his phone. And I happened to glance down at them. Probably not the best move, but I did. And they weren't anything too incriminating, but it was enough where it made me kind of pause. Like, I know that the female that was texting with him was, saying stuff that you typically just say to a girlfriend or a boyfriend situation. If you're asking me the exact words, unfortunately, I don't remember them. That was many years ago. But I do remember it gave me pause. And when he came out of the shower, I confronted him about it. And, oh, we're just friends. We're just friends. We've always been this way, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I don't like what I'm seeing. And I would really appreciate it if you not talk together about that. Oh, yeah, promise that won't happen again, blah, blah, blah. So, that was something that was concerning, but I was like, we're newly married. I have friends that are men. He has friends that are female. Let's just kind of nip this in the bud and go on with our lives. I know that a little later on in maybe that next year or something, again, I think he was taking a shower. His wallet was on the counter. And I don't really remember why or what possessed me, but I instantly thought that I needed to look in his wallet. And I did. And I found some receipts for a hotel. And so, of course, I confronted him on that too. And again, well, that was for a friend when my friends was in town and, I was helping them out with the cost and everything. No, it's not what you think, blah, 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 blah. And I could tell that he was really upset that I had gone in his wallet. And that's when I, started thinking, I need to get over this. My my parents had separated when I was in, I think, yeah, I was in college. And so there was a lot of that baggage that I was still bringing into this marriage. And one of them was the lack of being able to trust my partner. And I was like, this isn't fair. My husband is not my father. And I need to remember that and separate that. So, I kind of just was like, this is done. I need to stop doing this, because if I keep questioning him, calling out, eventually something real is going to happen. And then what? So I kind of made a pact with myself that at that point on, I needed to work on me, needed to work on my feelings regarding my own parents' divorce, and not bring that into my own marriage. And it was hard, but I'm pretty sure from that point on, I never looked in the phone, never looked in the wallet, never looked on the computer, none of that stuff. If I found something, it was more and there will be more stories regarding that as we go on, but it was more of like happenstance. It wasn't me looking for the items. And I think the other concerning thing that happened during that time was I was really not interested in having a home where there were guns in it. I grew up that way, and for my own mental health, I really didn't want to have guns around. And I remember at one point I was cleaning our guest room, and I found a gun under the bed in the guest room. And I was really upset, and I confronted him. Why did you do this? You promised you wouldn't do this. Why are you spending money on this? We're already short on money. I've asked you not to have guns in the house, and now this. And he threw a tantrum. It was probably the only time that I remember in our relationship him going off like pissed, yelling, screaming, throwing the gun. I remember parts of the gun going everywhere. Now, granted, it was a BB gun. Okay, I didn't realize that, but I saw the gun and I was like, why are you bringing this home in my home, our home, when this was something we discussed and agreed that wouldn't be in our home? So I, think back about that, and I think the other red flag that I remember from that time, or pink flag, or whatever color flag you want it to be, is that he did work in landscaping and he did have to get up super early. But from the point that I got pregnant, he stopped sleeping in our bed, in our bedroom. He started sleeping in the guest room. My brother had been staying with us when he first moved here. So we shared, our main bedroom together as a married couple. But then when I got pregnant, he wanted to make sure I had better sleep and everything. So he started sleeping in another room. And folks, it started then, and that never stopped. We always slept apart. Now, did we still, have, relationship? Yeah. Did we still, do what married couples do? Yeah, we still did all of that. But we slept separately, and part of it was, unfortunately, my daughter got in the habit of sleeping with me, so that was on me. I did try to ask him to help me in getting her to sleep in her own bed and try the cry it out method, which I know everyone has different things and thoughts about that. But I realized it was going to be on me on doing this, and it was a lot as a tired first time being a mom, tired and working a 40-hour week of jobs. So I didn't do well on that, and she did sleep with me. So yeah, throughout the rest of the story, we slept in separate bedrooms, but I still felt like our relationship was what a married relationship should be and acted like, though I didn't always like the fact that we were sleeping separately. But I knew other friends who were in that same situation, so I thought, well, okay, maybe this is what we do in the 2000s. So I'm going to keep it from there and then start with another part of the story.